Hello everyone and welcome to Varamore Things. Feel free to follow me and subscribe to see more of my content. Thank you, and I hope you'll enjoy the video. Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Before starting with the video, if you like my content, please subscribe to the channel. It's free and will help me a lot. Thank you so much. Back to us. Today we're playing with one of the most fun cards in the new MKM expansion, which is Insidious Roots. This 2-mana enchantment says, creature tokens you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. Whenever one or more creature cards leave your graveyard, create a 0/1 plant token creature, then put a +1/+1 counter on each plant you control. This little enchantment here has the potential to flood the board with little plant tokens, growing them each time we create a new one, soon finishing out the game. To help us trigger Insidious Roots, the main plan is to find Underworld Cookbook. Underworld Cookbook says, discard a card, create a food token. So how is Cookbook going to help us trigger Insidious Roots? Well, Underworld Cookbook by itself isn't doing much, but if we pair Underworld Cookbook with Ovalchase Daredevil, every single time we discard the Daredevil to the Cookbook, we create one food token, which is an artifact, and Ovalchase Daredevil says whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, you may return Ovalchase Daredevil from your graveyard to your hand. So we discard Daredevil with the Cookbook, creating one food. So we trigger the Daredevil that comes back to our hand from the graveyard, so in fact leaving the graveyard, triggering Insidious Roots and creating a plant token. So the more Cookbook we have on the battlefield, the more plants we can create on each of our turns, or well, even in our opponent's turn. Other than that, we can do the same exact thing with Witch's Oven and Cauldron Familiar. The thing here is a bit different. We can sacrifice a creature, create a food token. So we sacrifice the Cauldron Familiar, we create a food token. We sacrifice the food and we return the Cauldron Familiar from the graveyard to the battlefield. So by doing so, Cauldron Familiar is leaving our graveyard, and once more we trigger Insidious Roots, creating a plant token and giving +1/+1 to every other plant we have on the battlefield. To help us build this combo, we have Urza Saga that can tutor up both Witch's Oven and Underworld Cookbook. We have Asmo that can of course grab more cookbooks. And we have Seed of Hope. So this card I've been trying to play many times in the past. At the time I didn't have the YouTube channel yet, but I brewed a lot with this card. Basically, we mill 2 cards, hopefully one of our creatures, or even Grist. We return one of those cards to our hand and we gain 2 life. So if we perhaps put, I don't know, Grist into the graveyard, we can return Grist to our hand, and since Grist is not a planeswalker but a creature as long as he's not on the battlefield, that would trigger Insidious Roots one more time. So another card that can trigger Insidious Roots is Agatha Soul's Cauldron. You may wonder why is the Cauldron in here, since we don't really want to exile the Ovalchase Daredevil from the graveyard. The thing we want to exile is either Avatar of Woe, which has one of the strongest tap effects in the game, which is tap, destroy target creature. It cannot be regenerated. Since Agatha Soul's Cauldron gives the ability of the exiled card to every creature we have with +1/+1 counters on it, if we have like, I don't know, 3 or 4 plant tokens on the battlefield with +1/+1 counters on it, and we exile an Avatar of Woe, every single plant will have the ability to tap, destroy target creature, making impossible for most decks to win the game. In alternative, we can exile a Walking Ballista and ping the opponent with our +1/+1 counters that we have on our plant tokens. We have another card which has +1/+1 counters on this deck, which is Orcish Bowmasters and the Amass Orcs 1. So with the Cauldron, the Amass Orcs will have the abilities of the cards exiled with the Cauldron. We can even exile Grist if we want to, like Yawgmoth decks. Another interesting thing we play in this deck is 2 copies of Underground Mortuary, which is a super strong card, and I think survey lands are really strong and going to spike up in price, so buy your playset before it's too late. Underground Mortuary comes into the battlefield with survey 1, so we can put, I don't know, Avatar, Ballista or Ovalchase Daredevil into the graveyard, and after that we can trigger Insidious Roots with, I don't know, Cauldron or Witch's Oven or Cookbook or whatever. So let's talk about sideboard. We have some Cascade hate with Chalice of the Void, Legion Sand, which is pretty versatile card, also against Cascade. The best card we have here is Pick Your Poison, which is especially strong in the current metagame, where almost everyone is playing Scion of Draco plus Leyline of the Guile Pact. We have Haywire Mite for that same reason, and we have Leyline of the Void because graveyard decks like this one or Living End or whatever are also very popular at the moment. So without further talking, let's dive into this league. This is match number 1 and we are on the play. We have a pretty decent hand with Cookbook, Asmo and Insidious Roots. We start off with the Cookbook. Opponent gets Fox Seeds and discards Insidious Roots, which is annoying but not the end of the world. We pass the turn back to us. We discard the Avatar, we play the Asmo, we grab another Cookbook, we fetch, we play the Cookbook and we pass the turn. So we can trigger Asmo on this turn if needed, but opponent passes. We swing with the Asmo, opponent fetches. Opponent Bowmasters, we discard a Swamp to create a food token. Opponent wants to ping the Asmo, but we sacrifice 2 foods to kill the Orc Bowmasters, and also that guy blocked with the army, I don't know why. We fetch, we see an Avatar with Underground Mortuary. We draw a Saga, which is sweet. We are swinging with Asmo now. I don't know what the opponent might have in hand. They have 5 cards, which is a lot. And another Bowmaster, of course. We cannot trigger the Cookbook this time. Opponent is blocking with everything he has. And they even have the Not Dead after all, which is annoying. Bowmasters comes back. Triggers one more time. Opponent 3 cards in hand and 4 lands, but they don't have the double red. They play She-Old Red. End of turn. We grab Asmo, sacrificing an Underworld Cookbook. We play the Asmo, discarding a land. We grab another Cookbook and we instantly kill the She-Old Red. We still are open for Urza Saga. Opponent casts Croxa. We have to discard the Cookbook. We don't like that, but that's it. Opponent passes back to us. End of turn, we go Saga token. Yep. Opponent passes. We draw a Grist, but I don't know. We add 1 mana, we grab the Witch's Oven, we play the Grist. We plus the Grist, and I think we pass here. Nah, we swing with the Construct. Opponent, another Bowmaster, okay. Every single time I play against Bowmasters deck, they seem to have like 160 billions of Bowmasters. But by the way, the opponent fell into my trap. I sacrificed Grist token with Witch's Oven, triggering, so creating a food token, grabbing Ovalchase Daredevil, discarding the Daredevil, creating another food token. So my construct is big enough to not die from the blockers. Opponent bolts my Asmo, but I can respond to that by killing his Bowmasters. Opponent swings on the Grist. By the way, the opponent doesn't have enough mana to escape the Kroxa. We cast a Seed of Hope. We see a Saga. We get back the Saga. We gain 2 life. We play the Saga. Opponent gets Doughty Void Walker, and we bring back Cauldron Familiar, by the way, a few times before it's too late. So, okay, now Doughty hits the battlefield. Opponent gets Ragavan. That's okay. We must kill the Doughty now. So, we draw another Daredevil. Saga up to 2. We sacrifice the insect. I should have sacrificed the... No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, opponent conceded, by the way. Yeah. They have 0 cards in hand. I killed the Doughty. My engine was online. I had Saga, double Ovalchase. So we played the pretty standardish Asmo Saga Cookbook package here. No need for Insidious Roots. But if we had Insidious Roots on the battlefield, this game would have been like completely won. We were lucky that the opponent didn't have double red. So we won easily. Let's take a look at game number 2, guys. So what's in the sideboard? I think I sideboarded out 1 Avatar of Woe, 1 Gilded Goose, and I brought in 2 Haywire Mites and a Tear Asunder, because I also boarded out 1 Seed of Hope, 2 Ballistas, and Agatha Soul's Cauldron. So opponent hits me with Ragavan, and I made a mistake here, but the opponent didn't exploded that, because with the Mortuary I left Bowmasters on top, which was so stupid, because the opponent could have played my Bowmasters with Ragavan. So opponent gets Doughty Voidwalker. This game isn't looking that great. So I have a Saga, but opponent has both Ragavan and Doughty and 2 treasure tokens. Not looking good. You see, we have Insidious Roots, but we cannot really do much with a Doughty Voidwalker. So we fetch, we create a construct token, but of course the opponent has Fatal Push. So we take the damage. We are already down to 9. Opponent sees an Underworld Cookbook, which is fine. We create a construct. We look for an Haywire Mite. I didn't know. I just want to block the Ragavan, I think. So what are you doing, opponent? We need a solution for the Doughty, by the way. Opponent. Idetsugu. Okay. That's an instant concede because, yeah. Well, Tear Ragavan could have... Their Ragavan would have died here. Well, not much else to say because everything on my battlefield would have died, and they still managed to have the Doughty Voidwalker online. Nah, not worth continuing here. I just conceded. Well, I think we can win, by the way. Let's check out the third game. Third game here. Sideboard stayed the same, I think. So we mulligan to 6, but we have a pretty decent start with Gilded Goose, and we have a Saga and Bowmasters if they want to play, yeah, Ragavan, exactly. So in this case, I go Bowmasters Cookbook and pass the turn. Opponent gets Doughty probably. Legion's Hand. Okay. I think that's a waste to play Legion's Hand on my Orcish Bowmasters, but if you like to, you're more than welcome. We swing with the Orc army, opponent down to 18. We pass the turn back to them. Opponent casts Blood Crypt, pass. We create a construct end of turn. Opponent taps for something but doesn't do anything. We try to play the Saga plan here and we keep the Grist into our hand. We go Mortuary. We see a Boseiju, we put Boseiju into the graveyard. We swing with both army and construct token. We grab the Witch's Oven, by the way. Opponent kills the Witch's Oven and the Gilded Goose. But in response, we activate the Witch's Oven, sacrificing the goose, creating a food. Opponent is down to 11. They go Legion's Hand on the construct. Okay. Scary. We have the Grist, by the way. Should be fine. Opponent only 3 cards in hand. We draw Verdant Catacombs. We fetch for a Mortuary. We see Bowmasters and we put Bowmasters into the graveyard. We go Grist, we plus the Grist. Avatar into the graveyard. We swing for 1. Terminate on the army. Okay. Opponent is desperate, I think. Opponent 3 mana. Fable. I don't like that. We need an Asmo here. Insidious Roots, which is probably not that bad. We can trigger Insidious Roots even now if we sacrifice the cookbook and we grab, I don't know, something. We're not doing that now. Opponent Fable discards 2 cards, Tekenuma and Leyline, and draws 2. Opponent is timing out, by the way. Opponent is playing really slow. We block, and opponent of course has the Bowmasters, killing my insect. We sacrifice the cookbook, grab back the Bowmasters, triggering Insidious Roots. So opponent gets Doughty and Thought Seeds. Okay, opponent is timing, by the way. We grab, we draw a Gilded Goose. We sacrifice the token to kill the Doughty, and we play the Gilded Goose. Opponent has to kill us sooner or later because they are timing out. I don't like winning thanks to the opponent timing out, but if I don't have any other choices, I'm trying to gain some life here. Okay, Seed of Hope, that's nice. We grab the Asmo, but we cannot really play it now. By grabbing the Asmo with Seed of Hope, we triggered Insidious Roots. Opponent gets Engineered Explosives. In response, we gain some life. And we are up to 24. Opponent only has 2 minutes to kill us. They go for the Grist. That's okay. They copy Bowmasters and they kill the Grist. Okay. We don't have many things on the battlefield. A Gilded Goose, not bad. Will get us a food token and a blocker. Opponent, 1 minute and something left. They swing with everything. We gain some life. We block the Bowmasters. We even are timing. Oh, Overgrown Tomb is not that good. We can block, create a token, and gain some life. Opponent, another Fable. They only have 1 minute and something left. They copy the Doughty, which is fine. Well, not really fine, but we block Bowmasters. In response, we create a food token. We gain some life. Okay. Tear Asunder, not bad. We kill the Doughty. We pass. Opponent. Opponent discards 2 cards and draws 2. Opponent 1 minute left. Oh my god. Are they timing? or not? We don't block anything here. We don't want to risk our Gilded Goose. Verdant Catacombs, not a great. We gain some life, we pass the turn. Opponent, 50 seconds. Swings with everything, creates a treasure. We block the Bowmasters now. We create a food token. We take the damage, we go down to 10. We gain some life, we go up to 13. Oh, this is a really good draw. Hidetsugu. We create a food token. We gain some life. Can we win from here? Opponent has 20 seconds. 15 seconds. Oh my god. Oh my god, opponent. Okay. Back to us, we fetch. We draw a cookbook, which is super good. We sacrifice the cookbook, we get back the Gilded Goose, we create a plant token, and we get back the Cauldron Familiar. That was a good draw. Triggering Insidious Roots once more, and opponent concedes with only 10 seconds left. Maybe we could have even won the game if we don't look at the time. Let's pretend that we didn't really had any time to consider here. I think that with what I have now on the battlefield, I could have won. Because I could have blocked, I don't know, the Reflection or whatever with the Cauldron Familiar, and blocked Bowmasters with Gilded Goose, and blocked Shaman token with the Plant token. I could have created a food token on my turn. Let's draw a card. It's not working well. I could have blocked anything with my Cauldron Familiar, created a food token, get back the Familiar, triggering Insidious Roots once more. Yeah, I think I would have won in the long run, by the way. Okay, Hidetsugu was coming next turn, but still, I think I would have won. Cauldron Familiar, leeching them 1 HP every single turn. Well, by the way, we won the first game. That was epic. That was really epic. Gilded Goose was the MVP of this game. I don't like winning thanks to timing out. I lost so many times by timing out. So, well, 1-0 in the league. Let's check out the second match, guys. Second match, here we are. Sorry. Pretty decent hand with Insidious Roots, Saga, 3 lands, Ovalchase Daredevil, and Grist. So we have all the ingredients. Oh, a Cauldron Familiar. All the ingredients to have a pretty decent game. So we start off with the Familiar. Opponent played a snow-covered island. No idea what they're playing. Urborg? What? Dimir scam, or I have no clue. I swing with the Familiar, and I think I'm playing Roots here over Saga. Yeah, probably. Is there a game where I can actually cast Insidious Roots? We swing with Familiar, opponent down to 17. Insidious Roots, and of course comes the Pierce. Yep, Saga passed the turn. I swear to God, we will never be able to see Insidious Roots in action. It's going to be impossible. Well, Saga up to 2, we play a Verdant Catacombs. We swing with our favorite Familiar. I love that cat. Opponent down to 16, a repeal on the cat, okay. Engineered Explosives, main deck, sure. Opponent, Nimble Obstructionist, okay. Wow. Well, Saga up to 3. I think we're gonna add 1 mana and play the Grist. Grist resolves. Cauldron Familiar. We sack the Familiar. We swing with the Construct token. So it's a 3-3 and not a 2-2. Damnation. Okay. We grab the familiar back, opponent down to 11. We plus the Grist, we play Seed of Hope, grabbing a Saga. We swing, opponent down to 10. Opponent, what are you doing? Repealing Engineered Explosives. We go Bowmasters, but opponent of course has the secondary mount. Minamo, okay. End of turn, we do what we must. But opponent has Cling to Dust, okay. What in the world is our opponent playing? We plus the Grist, we go Gilded Goose, swing with an insect. Opponent down to 12. Opponent, a lot of mana, the One Ring, okay. Yeah, okay. No point in playing Bowmasters here. They break the map, probably grabbing another Coffers. Okay, Coffers, sure. We create another construct token. Saga up to 3. Another token. Grabbing a cookbook. Grist up to 7. We discard with the cookbook. And here I completely forgot about the One Ring and was fine with everything, but no point in doing so. Opponent 12 mana. Damnation. Okay, we suck something to create a food. Opponent 10 mana. Kozilek, Butcher of Truth. What in the world? Okay. Stone of Eric, sure. What in the world? Insidious Roots, not bad. Opponent is tapped out, by the way. Okay. We trigger the roots finally. Asmo grabbing a cookbook. Firing off everything we have on that Kozilek. Opponent, a lot of mana. Another Damnation. Okay. We sack the Asmo, we create a food token. By the way, Stone of Eric's exiled the Asmo. 10 mana. The One Ring, of course. Opponent was down to 5, by the way. A lot of mana. Explosives on 2. Annoying. They break the explosives. Super annoying. Okay. Cling to Dust. Annoying. They exile our entire graveyard. Okay. Opponent has 7 cards in hand. I don't think we can win. Nice. By the way, I play 4 Agatha Soul's Cauldron, and I don't happen to see one a single time. Insane. And also only 1 copy of Roots. No, 2 copies. Okay. Opponent, of course, has the 10th Remand. Oh my god. Repeal on the insect? Okay. We sack in response. My god. Opponent takes 1 from the ring. They have like 10 ton of mana. Karn, okay. What do they grab? I think I should concede here. Karn, sure. Yeah, and I just conceded because I don't even want to see what they grabbed with Karn. Yep. Wow, what a sad game, guys. I don't even want to talk about that. Let's check out the second one. That was sad. By the way, Avatar out, since they don't play a single creator. 1 Cauldron out, Ballista out, and in every single artifact removal we have. Pretty decent hand with Daredevil, Insidious Roots. So they cannot counter, and we instantly start with plant tokens. Opponent. Not doing anything. I love it. Okay, so we go Seed of Hope, grabbing a Saga. We go Ovalchase Daredevil, and of course the Cling to Dust, but Insidious Roots still triggers, so it's fine. We swing with the plant token. I wonder how many Cling to Dust they play. Opponent cracks the expedition map, grabbing Urborg. They play an All of Storm Giants, and we go Bowmasters end of turn. We want to erase them. So another Saga, Witch's Oven, we play the Grist, Asmo into the graveyard, we swing with everything. We stay open with one plant token. I think I swung with the wrong token here. Okay, Damnation. We add 1 mana in response, and with that mana we create a construct after the damnation resolves. Back to us, we create another construct. We grab a cookbook, we create a 1-1, we swing with an 8-8. Yep, opponent down to 11, and they just concede because they don't seem to have the another damnation or anything to deal with our current board state. In a few turns we could have even used Grist ability, so pretty decent start from us. Insidious Roots was strong because you'd have to remember that creature tokens you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. So as you can see, every single construct we have, or even Grist insects, can give mana, so we can easily activate the Saga whenever we need to. 1-on-1, we tied on match number 2. Let's see if we can win this game or not. Sideboard stayed the same. We mulligan. We keep this hand, even though it's not that decent. We have turn 2 Insidious Roots with Underworld Cookbook and Daredevil, so not bad. We start off with the Gilded Goose. Opponent Stone of Eric and an open swamp. We go Saga, Insidious Roots, Cookbook. We pass the turn. I think I should have activated the Cookbook now. I activate the Cookbook now that the opponent is cracking with Field of Ruin. We go and grab a swamp. We have a plant token on the battlefield, which is nice. We draw an Haywire Mite. We use the Cookbook, triggering Insidious Roots once more. We go Haywire Mite, we swing with a plant token, and this is looking good. This is actually looking good. We have so much mana and we can do so many things. Our opponent gets Stone of Eric, and they exile the Daredevil, not knowing we have another one in hand. We grab a Mortuary, we see Insidious Roots, we leave Insidious Roots on top. We swing with everything we have. Our opponent down to 12. And we are open for Boseiju. Opponent gets Damnation, and we create a food token in response. So everything dies. Our opponent is open with 1 swamp. So we play another Insidious Roots. We discard the Daredevil, triggering multiple Insidious Roots. We are looking good. Our opponent, a ton of mana. Of course, Sun Engineered Explosives on 2. And a Damnation, the second one by the way, in just a few cards they draw. We go Seed of Hope. We grab the Asmo, we discard the Daredevil, triggering Asmo abilities, but we decide to crack. I probably made a mistake here. I cracked the Coffers, but I should have cracked Urborg. Of course they have another Coffers, but Coffers by itself doesn't do anything. They need Urborg to work, but Urborg alone is strong, so I should have cracked Urborg. Opponent now also has the One Ring. We play an Asmo, but opponent probably has a counter spell or something. Shadow Doubt, that's okay. Opponent 3 cards in hand, but they will have 6 in next turn because the One Ring. Shadow Doubt, they draw another one. I don't think we can win from here. They draw so many cards, they do so many things. Repeal. Another ring. Okay. They tap, they draw, whatever. I don't think we can win from here. I mean, I can play the Daredevil now and try to race them with the Daredevil, but they will just have so many answers. I can't even imagine. I played the Daredevil and I passed the turn because they just played the one ring, so they're protected from everything, and here comes the fatal push. Opponent down to 10, they draw a few cards. 6 now. Okay, so much mana. Is that an Emrakul? Kozilek. I think I should probably concede from here. Yep. Yeah, it's just better to concede from here. I don't know what the opponent was playing. They also had so many cards in their deck, like 70 cards or whatever. Double Damnation, I don't know. Double Damnation, Engineered Explosives. They double Stone of Eric. They saw what they needed to see. So even though we had a pretty decent hand, probably very strong against every single other deck in the format, we lost. Shit happens. 1-on-1 in the league, well, I think we can... The deck has definitely some potential. This was just a bad matchup. We can do better than these guys. Well, match number 3, here we come. Here we are for the third match. We keep a decent hand with Gilded Goose, Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar, Bowmasters, and Seed of Hope. Opponent probably playing some sort of Izzet Murktide. We start off with the Goose, hopefully not being bolted. And after an opponent... okay, opponent is playing a Cascade. The Lorien revealed for a Breeding Pool. We go Seed of Hope, revealing Insidious Roots, grabbing that. We then proceed to play Insidious Roots. Opponent fetches Xander's Lounge, Breeding Pool, Shardless Agent, and a bunch of Rhinos. Okay, so we really need that cookbook in order to do something. Opponent 3 cards in hand. If they cascade once more, we're pretty much done. Leyline Binding, grabbing Insidious Roots, and I think that's it. Opponent swinging with everything. We flash in the Bowmasters, pinging the Shardless Agent, blocking with the army. And we go down to 13. Opponent cascades once more, and I think we're pretty much done. Well, I mean, I can kill one Rhino. I can kill one Rhino here next turn. Discarding Ovalchase Daredevil, creating a food token with the Gilded Goose. Grabbing... Yeah, I don't have the mana to do everything. Yeah, I think I'm just dead. Yeah. I think I'm dead, guys. That was a really fast loss. Double Cascade turn 4. It's too much. Okay. Let's see what happens in game number 2. Okay, here we are. Here comes the sideboard. We boarded out Bowmasters, all the Ballistas, and an Avatar. And one Seed of Hope and Agatha's Cauldron. We brought in Pick Your Poison, Chalice of the Void, Legions, and we started off pretty well with Gilded Goose. We go Seed of Hope, grabbing a cookbook, which is super fine. We play that cookbook, we discard an Ovalchase, grabbing that once more. Triggering Asmo ability, we grab a Swamp, we play the Asmo. And the opponent concedes for whatever reason. Okay, well, that was fast. Why did they just concede it? Maybe they were grinding and they didn't want to... I don't know. That was unexpected. Okay, 1-on-1. Pretty fast. Third game against Cascade. Sideboard stayed the same. Pretty decent hand. Legion Sand, Asmo, Seed of Hope, and the Cookbook. Opponent Thundering Falls. Gilded Goose, that's nice. We start with the Goose. Opponent fetches. Leyline Binding on the Goose, interesting. We go Pick Your Poison, we get back the Goose. We go Cookbook, pass the turn. Opponent Scion of Draco, that's fine. We create a food. I think I misclicked here. I wanted to sacrifice the food. And that misclick can cost me the game. My god, what was that? I wanted to make 1 mana and probably play Grist. What was that? Well, nothing too scary. We discard the Mite, we play the Asmo. We grab a Cookbook. We fire the first Scion. We fire the second one. We play Seed of Hope. We grab a land. We play that land. And here I missed the fact that I could have played the Cookbook to get back the Ovalchase Daredevil. I don't know why I didn't do that. I have no idea. Opponent Lorien Reveal draws 3 cards, now has 4 in hand. Mortuary end of turn. We keep the Seed of Hope on top. We draw. We now play Insidious Roots. We play the Cookbook. We get back the Daredevil, first trigger from Insidious Roots, and the opponent concedes. I think my opponent really didn't want it to commit and actually play the game. I don't know why, maybe he just wanted to farm some easy play points. Well, at this point though, first trigger, Underworld Cookbook, Daredevil, second trigger, Underworld Cookbook, Daredevil, third trigger. Next turn we would have been able to get 2 more triggers, 1 Seed of Hope, so another trigger. Well, that was probably going to be it for my opponent. They needed, I don't know, even with a Force of Vigor, probably was too late. I had Legion Sand if they were to Cascade, Grist to recover, Seed of Hope to see something, maybe a Saga. So many foods on the battlefield, by the way, and Asmo online. Yeah, probably a wise choice to just concede. They didn't want them to try hard, so... Okay, we're... are we 2-1 in the league? I can't even remember. Well, 2-1, pretty solid. Let's go. Next match. Here we are, 4th match on the play. Verdant Catacombs passed the turn. Opponent didn't take a mulligan. Opponent Scalding Tarn, Steam Vents, probably another Cascade deck. No, that's Murktide. Okay. That's Murktide. Pretty solid start with Mishra's Bubble. We grab a Swamp. I don't know why we didn't grab a Mortuary, but whatever. We fetch for a Forest. We try to play Insidious Roots. It resolves. Nice. Now they don't have a way to get rid of Insidious Roots, so it's gonna be hard for them. They have to raise us at this point. I think I'm playing the Grist. Counterspell? Yeah, sure. I mean, they always have the counterspell. Ragavan. Another DRC. Okay, we might be in trouble now. Another Saga. Well, that's okay. We fetch for a Mortuary. Bloodstained Mire Graveyard. We pass the turn. If the opponent now gets Delirium, we are probably done. Yeah, Preordain, and they get Delirium. I mean, we can block the Ragavan with our token, but that won't be enough. Of course, they don't attack with the Ragavan. We are already down to 9, and we are not packing a Shadow Spear, so... Well, Seed of Hope is not that bad. We create another construct. We look for a cookbook. Another Saga. We discard the Daredevil, triggering Insidious Roots. That's okay. We play a Seed of Hope. Opponent gas with the Spell Spears. Double Survey, tap tap. We pay 2 thanks to our construct. We get back the Bowmasters and we gain 2 life. By getting back the Bowmaster, we trigger Insidious Roots. We trigger Insidious Roots once more with the Cauldron Familiar. Okay, we might have a shot here. Opponent Unholy Heat. Okay. On a construct. Okay. What is the opponent doing other than that? Iteration. Okay. Iteration is surely a strong card. Force of Negation, Exile. Okay. Double Swing, we cannot block. We go down to 6, which is scary. Double Bolt? No, a big Murktide. Okay, do I have a shot here? What can I do? Can I gain some life? Swing with some plants. Okay, I have an Asmo. I can grab a cookbook, play the cookbook, discard Ovalchase, but that won't be enough. I mean, I can gain some life not to die from the Murktide, but it's gonna be it. Ballista, okay, and that's GG. Okay, we managed to get the win in game 1, but we now have a mulligan down to 5, which I hate. By the way, I brought out Avatar of Woe, Seed of Hopes, and 2 Ballistas, and I brought in some Leylines and Pick Your Poison. Leyline is surely a strong card, but our hand is not very promising. We put the Daredevil into the graveyard, of course, thanks to Mortuary. This card is really good. Survey lands are very underrated. Of course, you're missing to get a second land. If the opponent counterspells here, yeah, of course they do. We are not in a great shape. If now they dash in a Ragavan, we are done. They don't dash, they just play it, meaning they have another counterspell. We play the Cauldron, yes, of course, they have the second counterspell. They counter. Okay, back to them. Delta, they fetch for a basic island. Ragavan hits an Haywire Mite, of course, it hits an Haywire Mite. The mono Haywire Mite I have in the deck. So now they can break the Leyline of the Void or whatever I might play. I get back the Ovalchase. I have a Gilded Goose online. Blood Moon, seriously? Okay. I seriously, honestly don't know why these guys keeps on sideboarding in Blood Moon against a 2-color decks with 4 Gilded Goose. I mean, it's only pure luck that Blood Moon is actually working. Because normally, with a normal hand, this would never be the case. So that's the classic I make a mistake, I win because I made a mistake situation. Happened to me in the past. It's happening against me now. Okay. Ragavan hitting me once more. Completely fine. Cauldron Familiar sacrificing the food. Was it a wise choice? I don't know. Now I don't have any more colored mana. They go pro hand. Okay. Cookbook. Sure. If we don't find like a basic swamp, we are done, probably. A big Murktide. Not what I wanted to see. They only have 1 card in hand, but really, if we don't find... Yeah, I can get back my Cauldron Familiar every turn, but... Yeah, Soul Cauldron, not bad. I can exile the Haywire Mite. Okay, no. Of course the card I had was Pierce. I mean, obviously. Opponent taking the damage from the Cauldron. I cannot really raise them, but... I just need a basic swamp. I think I ran 2. Okay, another Murktide. I think that's it. Now the situation is too compromised. I mean, I can play the Asmo and fire off one of those Murktides. That's not bad. They don't have any single card in hand. That was not bad, guys. Maybe we can do something. If they kill the Asmo, they have an empty hand, so they have to top deck. If they kill the Asmo, we are done, I think. They go down to 12. What are the options here? My opponent top deck a Brotherhood's Hand. Not bad, opponent. But the race is still mine. Seed of Hope, it's a good card, but not now. Opponent down to 8. Okay, opponent has only 1 card in hand, and we got the Witch's Oven, which is not bad at all. Opponent down to 4, only 1 turn to do something. They swing. I go down to 1. Of course they have Lightning Bolt. Empty-hander, they draw the Lightning Bolt. Empty-hander, they have the Spell Pierce. Empty-hander, Brotherhood's Hand. Empty-hander, second Murktide. Okay, we cannot really beat such hands. Opponent played a really solid game. That Blood Moon hurt me a lot. Without the Blood Moon I would have won like ages ago, probably. By the way, it's not over yet. We're fighting for the 4-1. We're currently 2-1, 1-1 in match 4. Let's check out what will happen in the final game in match 4. Okay, sideboard stayed the same. We take a mulligan and this is looking decent. We don't really do anything early, but we have a leyline and a cookbook, so it's not bad. This time I instantly fetch for a basic swamp. I wish I could fetch for a basic forest, but Bloodstained Mire won't let me. Opponent Mishra's Bubble. Discard the Daredevil, we get back the Daredevil, creating 1 food. Opponent draws half the bubble. We got an Overgrown Tomb. We grab a basic swamp and we try to play the Cauldron. Does it result? No, of course not. I don't even know why I play 4 Cauldrons in this deck if I can't really play a single one. Opponent Dragon's Rage Channeler, sure. We discard the Daredevil. Get back the Devil. Insidious Roots. Okay. Does it resolve? Yes! Yes, finally. Okay. I don't think they actually have a way to get rid of Insidious Roots now. Probably engineered explosives. And that's it. Brotherhood's End. Okay. They want to kill all the artifacts. Well, Insidious Roots is an enchantment, so what was that? Yeah, they killed the cookbook, I mean, okay. We draw a Seed of Hope, we fire that. We get a Soul's Cauldron, which is not bad at all, because it will trigger Ovalchase Daredevil. Oh, wait, Ovalchase is not in the graveyard. My mistake. Well, still a good card. Opponent Ragavan, okay. Opponent passes. My plant is a wall to them. Okay, I try and play the Ovalchase Daredevil. Opponent's turn, Scolding. Okay. An unexpected answer. Should I exile the Ovalchase right now to trigger Insidious Roots? Probably not. Brotherhood's Hand. Okay, I do so. I really want to trigger Insidious Roots now. Giving +1/+1 to one of my plants. So it's out of Bolt's reach. I can play another leyline now. What is my top deck? Bowmasters, not bad. I fire that immediately, probably getting rid of Ragavan. Attacking my opponent with both my plants? Yep. What you doing, opponent? 2 cards in hand. By the way, the Orc army also gives mana. Very interesting. Opponent, leyline preventing you from winning. You draw off your bubble. And of course, Orcish Bowmaster pings you. Seed of Hope. Grabbing an Asmo back, triggering Insidious Roots. Swinging with everything. I can see the win from here. I can see it. Opponent is mostly timing out though. And opponent concedes before timing out. We are 3-1 in the league. Not bad at all. Let's check out the final game. Final match, sorry. Last match against Clever Cakes. We keep a 1-lander with Mortuary. We keep that land on top. And we pass the turn. Opponent Mortuary, probably playing Yawgmoth. We fetch for a basic swamp. Insidious Roots pass the turn. Opponent Mortuary. False Seeds. Oh god. Grist is gone. We go Cookbook. Nice top deck. Triggering Insidious Roots. Witch's Oven. Pass the turn. Not bad. Boseiju on Insidious Roots. I hate that. Bowmasters on the graveyard. Maybe it was best to keep them on top. Yeah, probably. So I can just play out the Ballista on 2, probably. Swinging with the plant. Ah, that was the issue. It's hurting me. Opponent basic swamp, fatal push, and here I was yielding, so I couldn't ping with the ballista and sacrifice that to the Witch's Oven because I was auto yielding because I'm so stupid. That was a big mistake. Well, I mean, only 2 damage won't make a big difference, but you know what? That's still a big mistake. I grab an Overgrown Tomb and I play out my Ovalchase Daredevil, passing the turn back to my opponent. Opponent 4 cards in hand. Tarmogoyf? Okay, opponent is not on Yawgmoth. They are probably playing... Oh, wow, Insidious Roots, that's nice. They're probably playing some sort of scam. Golgari scam. Okay, Cookbook. Ovalchase, a bunch of triggers. It's nice and sweet. Not bad. Now every turn I think we can do the play Daredevil, sacrifice the Witch's Oven, get him back, discard the Cookbook, get him back. Double trigger on Insidious Roots every turn, we close out the game soon. The One Ring, okay. I don't think we will close the game anytime soon at this point. That's Tarmogoyf though. 7-8. That's big. That is a big guy. We need a Soul's Cauldron now. By the way, guys, I play 4 Agatha Soul's Cauldron and I never happen to see a single one. I have the Avatar and the Ballista on the graveyard. Imagine what would happen if I were to draw Agatha Soul's Cauldron instead of an Urza Saga. This game was completely over. But no, of course I draw my 6th land. Well, my plant tokens are quite big, but not big enough to have a lethal swing. And of course the opponent has the One Ring. They draw a bunch of cards. Maelstrom Pools, okay. Okay, Maelstrom Pools. That was unexpected. My god. Okay. Well, we will rebuild. I think we're gonna block the Tarmogoyf. Why didn't I just block the Okay, the second Boseiju. Okay. I don't like that, but we still have the Saga, but they have the One Ring. The Cauldron now. Okay, not bad. Finally. We exile the Avatar. We kill the Tarmo. Okay, that's not bad. That is not bad. Okay, now they draw so many cards. Maelstrom Pools on the Cauldron. What? Okay, I mean, the One Ring, right? Okay, we're down to 9. Yeah, we make another construct. We grab another cookbook. I think here, maybe sacrificing a cookbook and get Grist back could be an option. Bowmasters, okay. Could be an option. End of turn. Play the Grist on my turn, probably. Opponent blocks, preventing him from dying. And they have a fatal push, but we sacrifice the Witch's Oven, creating 2 foods. They lose the Orc army. My opponent taking 3 damage from the ring, going down to 9. Grief. Okay, they're probably scamming. Okay. No, they don't scam. Sheoldred, okay. Oh, Sheoldred plus the One Ring, right. Okay. The win seems more and more out of reach. Blooming Marsh tapped. Now we have to get rid of Sheoldred. I really need to get that Grist back. Oh my god. I get the Grist back. With the cookbook. I draw an Asmo, which is quite good. I discard the Grist and play the Asmo. Since I have so many food tokens, I can wipe out their entire board, and I have to know that after all. Okay. That's insane. That's a nice deck my opponent is playing, though. It's a really nice deck, I must admit. So now I play the cookbook. I swing for 10 damage. Probably. Opponent will go down to 7. Yep. I get my Daredevil back and I kill the Grief just in case, and I play out my Daredevil after combat in second main phase. So now opponent is down to 3. They have 5 cards. Another Sheoldred. Oh my gosh. I should have expected that. And I should have killed Sheoldred the right moment. The exact same moment he was tapping the One Ring. Oh my god. I made a mistake. Oh my gosh. I'm down to 1. Now I must discard the Saga and sacrifice the Witch's Oven in order to kill the Sheoldred. Oh my god, I have another not dead after all. Ah, my gosh. Okay, I think I probably made a mistake here and that costed me the game, probably. But how was I supposed to know? Oh my gosh, no. Well, opponent was pretty lucky. He saw full Maelstrom Pulses, 2 Sheoldred. Well, he drew almost his entire deck, so not really lucky, but you got it. Okay, let's see what happens in the final game. Well, Insidious Roots is really an interesting card I want to brew around more in the future, and will definitely do, maybe alongside with Abiding Grace, like someone suggested into my comment section lately. So opponent is starting out pretty strong. I think I brought in Tear Asunder and Legion Sand. They discarded the Cauldron and Seed of Hope. And I am left with a bunch of Gilded Goose. Oh, Taufy. That's gonna hurt me. I'm playing out the Ovalchase. Not look. Oh my gosh. Pick your poison on Saga. I double block the grief. They play a Tarmo. Okay, this game is going soon to be over. Insidious Roots, I got it back with Seed of Hope. Oh my gosh, I have to block the Tarmo. Ovalchase, I don't like that. I played the Ovalchase. No, I gained 3 life. Why didn't I just play the Ovalchase and block the Tarmo? It was way better. That was probably another mistake. Opponent, Sheoldred. Okay. Oh my god, we got destroyed. Okay, that's it. Okay, guys, that's it. 3-2 in the league. 3-2 in the league. Not good, not bad. Well, I mean, good. 60% win rate, not bad. Well, let's discuss what happened in this league in the wrap-up. So, as I was saying, 3-2. I'm sad that we never happened to see the Avatar or Ballista, Agatha Soul's Cauldron, and Insidious Roots tokens engine online. Only once we managed to kill a creature with Ovalchase Daredevil plus Avatar, and only one time, so not really that interesting. And also we never used the Ballista attach, so I think we might as well cut off all the Ballistas and just play out with Avatar, maybe playing one more Grist, and perhaps Witch's Oven and Cauldron Familiar also deserves more slots. Maybe we could cut... Bowmasters was good. Starting from the mana base, Bloodstained Mire, maybe I can cut one for... maybe I can cut one for, I don't know, Blooming Marsh. I can cut one Bloodstained Mire, one Swamp, and one Urborg for 3 Blooming Marsh, probably. Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar was god, like usual. Cauldron Familiar, when we played or when we saw that, it was good, so maybe I can consider playing more. Gilded Goose, this was MVP in many games, so pretty solid choice. Seed of Hope, super strong card, did some absurd thing. We got so many useful cards back. We triggered Insidious Roots so many times thanks to Seed of Hope, and also 2 free life points. Not bad, super great cantrip. Instant cantrip, one of the best at the moment in the modern format in my opinion. Cookbook was simply god. Bowmasters, we spoke about that. Not great, not bad. Killed a bunch of Ragavans, blocked a bunch of creatures. Nothing more. So maybe if we want to lean more on the combo side, we could cut Orcish Bowmasters and add some Witch's Oven and some Cauldron Familiars. Insidious Roots was god. Whenever we played that, was an absolute threat. Super strong card, super fun. I really love that. Cauldron, I'm sad that every single time I try to play it, they either counter it, destroy it, exile it. Well, it's just because it's a super dangerous card, so they must do so. Grist was good every single time we played that, so I would recommend playing at least 2. Ovalchase, no need to say anything, just too good. Avatar, the single time we saw that, it was so good, so probably worth keeping it in the deck. Walking Ballista, completely useless. I hate this card. We never single once managed to use that, so completely useless garbage. The sideboard, what can I say about the sideboard? I mean, strongest card was probably Leyline of the Void, won us the game against Murktide. Pick Your Poison was also super sweet. Haywire Mite, you must play that, but the only time we saw that actually lost us the game, because the opponent flipped that with a Ragavan, so, well, it's not a reason not to play it, but I don't know. Probably worth playing one in the main deck too. Tear Asunder, you can change that with a Force of Vigor if you like, but I love the upside that if you kicker that, and you can do it pretty often with the mana from the plants, if you kick that, you just exile target non-land permanent instant speed for 4 mana, so super good. Legion Sand was also very good, so nothing much to say on this sideboard. Okay guys, that's all for today. I had so much fun playing the deck. If you liked the video, please leave a like and leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for all the support I'm receiving, and I hope you also enjoy my shorts I'm currently posting on YouTube. We'll probably post another MKM video, or maybe 2 in the upcoming days. I got a 4-1 with a mono white deck I really want to talk about. So stay tuned for more and see you in the next video. Thank you, goodbye.